today we go about let's discuss about the treatment of the sewage. It is unit 4th topic. It contains all unit 4. Here we go. Treatment of sewage. There are 4 steps in treatment of sewage. First one is the preliminary treatment, and second one is the primary treatment, third one is the secondary treatment, and fourth one is the final or tertiary treatment. The preliminary treatment step, there are 3 steps contained in it. First one is the screening, second one is grit removal, and third one is the skimming. Screening is the process of removal of the coarse floating matters which is contained in the sewage. Grit removal is the process of removal of heavy minerals matters and sand, and the skimming is the process in which fats and oils are removed by skimming tanks. Next, in the primary treatment, there is only one step involved in this stage, that is settling of the large suspended organic solids with the help of gravity or under the action of gravity. Next is the secondary treatment. It is also called as biological decomposition of the sewage. In this step, the biological decomposition occurs of the sewage with the help of aeration and aeration biological treatment units. Aeration treatment units contains filters, aeration tanks, oxidation ponds, aerated lagoons. On other hand, anaerobic biological treatment unit contains anaerobic lagoons, septic tanks, imhoff tanks. Here there are two terms. The first one is the aerobic biological units, and the second one is the anaerobic biological units. Aerobic biological units is that unit in which the biological composition of sewage occurs under the presence of oxygen. That means oxygen will present in this units. And anaerobic biological units are those units in which the presence of oxygen is neglected by the various measures. Next, this one is the final treatment or tertiary treatment. In this, chlorination and disinfection of the sewage is carried out by the various types of chemicals such as chlorine, bleaching powder, alums, etc. Here I have shown you a specific flowchart of a treatment unit. Here, inlet of the sewage. After that, first step is the screening, which is the preliminary treatment of the sewage. The first one is the screening. You can use this screens after the chamber, which is based on the quality of the sewage. If organic matters are low in size, then you can use screens after the grid chamber. But basically, screening is the first operation which is occurred in the treatment system. Here, screening is carried out by the various types of screens which contains a rectangular or circular rods or cylindrical rods having a specific spacing between them, such as 20 mm, 10 mm, 6 mm, 50 mm or more, depending upon the floating elements which is occurred in a sewage. Next, what is the operation which is occurred in the screening? In this step, coarse floating organic matters is removed out by the screens. In this step, 5 to 10% of the BOD is removed. Next, the treated sewage through the screens goes to the grid chamber. In this chamber, heavy minerals or matters are carried out by the grids or various screen type structures. In this step, 10 to 20% of BOD is removed by this chamber. After that, skimming tanks. In this step, fats, oils or greases are carried out from the surface of the sewage. In this step, 20 to 30% of BOD is removed. After that, some sedimentation the primary sedimentation process is occurred. That means primary treatment of the sewage is started. In this step, suspended settable organic matters which is occurred in the sewage is carried out by the gravitational force. In this step, sewage is stored in a rectangular or various types of structures in or tanks in which the velocity of the flow is reduced to the 0.3 to 1.2 meter per second, by which the suspended particles settle down to the base of the tank with the action of the gravity. In this step, 30 to 40% of the body is removed. The various structures used in this steps are sedimentation tanks, septic tanks, immersion tanks, or storage tanks, settling tanks. These are the various structures which are used to for the purpose of primary sedimentation. After that, the treated water goes to the secondary or biological treatment unit. In this unit, fine suspended particles which is non-settleable in the seaways under the action of gravity are carried out by the various types of methods in which filters, aeration tanks, oxidation ponds, etc. are used to treat these types of impurities or particles. In this method, biological decomposition of the sewage occurs under the presence or absence of the oxygen. Also, biogas and biomass are produced in this step, which is produced by the biological decomposition of sewage. In this step, 50 to 95% of the beauty can be removed. You can directly use for the various purposes from these steps. You can use water for various purposes of after this step, but for drinking purpose you have to disinfect and chemically treat to this water. The last step are final treatment units. In this process, pathogens or bacteria are removed by the various chemical actions such as chlorination, disinfection, or the by utilization of alums, bleaching powder, etc. In this step, 100% of the body is removed from the sewage. After that, treated water is obtained from the total treatment process. This is the layout of treatment of sewage. After the next lecture, in the next lecture, we will discuss about the screening.